Well, my favourite gravel destination is reachable not by the same plane as he's flying in. I don't want to be anywhere near this guy.
No, I'm asleep.
He's a vision of a perfect passenger.
health.
I'm
Yes.
asleep. Hi, welcome to Going Along with Cycling Weekly, the cycling podcast about all things ultra, bike packing and adventure riding. My name is Stephen Shrubsall and today I am joined by Ian. Again, hello Ian, how are you? Ultra cycling legend and all-round top chap.
Why, thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
You are
Sir Shrubsall.
We are most very welcome.
Sir Stephen.
And we are also with, this guy's a legend. This guy's a beast. Yeah. James Benson King, a.k.a. JBK, a.k.a. the Biking Viking, a.k.a. just James.
Yep.
How's it going, James?
It's going really well, thank you. I sent Ian a package the other day, which he hasn't opened yet, but on there I called him an ultra cycling legend and cycling extraordinaire. So
Extraordinaire. Your head's not getting too big. I'm surprised you fit in the door. You creaked through that door
I did
with
not
that
say...
ultra riding legend status stamped all over you.
I didn't say these things. You guys said these things about me.
But you're quietly thinking it.
Actually, no. I'm
Well, I would be if I'd won loads of races.
Steve thinks it now and he hasn't won any races.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we look on dotwatcher.cc. What have we got for you? DNF.
Quite a few DNFs.
Has he told you about his FKT?
FKT,
Yeah, sometime.
You mentioned it in passing.
OKT.
I think
Only known time at the time.
I think on my dotwatcher profile I've got one.
One what?
Number one. I'm number one.
One. It's a really low number, though, isn't it?
It's a good number.
It's a bad number.
What's a good number for you then?
A good number. I'm gonna say 27, just randomly. But
Have you come 27th in a race?
I
That
have.
high.
No. I mean, okay, in terms of races, let's go. I mean, where have I come? Where have I come? Let's think about this, guys.
Southern Divide.
Southern Divide.
Two. DNF.
3.
DNF.
Why? Because I broke my hand.
Oh.
I broke my wrist.
And why did you break your hand?
Because the course, it was a badly plotted route.
It was so badly plotted that James and I survived.
I think you'd gone over there and just sort of made made that particular descent where I crashed, and you'd made a nightmare out of it.
So I was like the coyote, and you were like the roadrunner. But just a less clever roadrunner.
Bit like that, I suppose.
Fell for my traps.
Anyway, in terms of racing positions, I did pretty well in the Omni Loop last year.
Top 10?
No.
Top 20?
Yeah.
How many riders were there?
21? no, they're about, I don't know, 50 odd.
Are you sure that many?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There was.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
Steve placed higher than me in that event.
Well, you DNF, didn't you?
I technically finished.
Oh, did you?
Technically.
I just pulled out and said I don't want to ride anymore.
Can you just say that again? About the Steve bit?
It's on camera now.
I've said it on camera.
Can you just say, Steve,
Steve beat me in one race.
thank you.
Is it actually a race though?
Yeah, right, okay, we're going to make that. Yes, it is. Well,
Is that the end of the episode?
Yeah, that's all I've needed. Yeah, my work here is now done.
I'll drive home.
What did I beat? Did I beat you in anything yet?
Yet.
I am going to beat you in a Zwift Online Live
There's
race.
something
Yeah, if I don't show
you beat
up.
everybody at that table in, Steve. And it's how many litres of sweat you're doing.
2.9 litres an hour, FYI. And,
Number of meal deals purchased.
and as I just showed
consumed.
you in the kitchen on the pool table, I think you
You
concur
do.
I'm pretty handy around the green bays.
You do look pretty handy.
Congratulations, Steve.
Misspent you.
Congratulations.
So if we ever do a pub stop on a ride, if I'm feeling a little bit, demotivated or down or despondent, I just like quick pint and a game of pool. I'll win. I'll 7-ball you, and life will be good again. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? James, have you been anywhere nice recently? I know you do a lot of travelling, but have you done any sort of R&R of late?
No riding, but I was out in Turkey at a wedding, which was very nice.
Ooh, whereabouts in Turkey?
It was on the south coast, Kalkan.
Right.
Yeah, we went for a run, which developed into essentially being scratched by a lot of olive trees because there's no groomed trails out in Turkey, and then ended up scrambling halfway up a mountain.
Right.
Which was good fun.
Yeah. You enjoyed the run?
If you could call what I was doing running, then yeah, I enjoyed whatever that was.
Yeah. It was a shuffle, was it?
Yeah. A shuffle and a scratch.
Turkish shuffle. Yeah.
But I got back in time for the wedding.
Yeah. And when did you go out there?
That was a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good temperature?
Beautiful. Yeah. Upper high 20s.
Right. It's nice, isn't it, when you sort of escape the UK in general. When you escape the UK and, you know, it's cold and horrible. I'm not going to diss the UK too much because, you know, I was born here and that would be rude. But the temperature and the climate is generally just god-awful.
Damp.
But it is really nice when you leave a rainy Gatwick or Heathrow or whichever airport you leave and you land and you go through the airport and walk out the door and heat, sunshine.
Into your face.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. Do you want to ask Ian if he's been anywhere nice, or should we move straight on to you?
We can ask Ian, but I'll it will just be a very cursory answer. Now, have you been anywhere nice, Ian? You have, actually. You've been to Paris and Amsterdam.
He's speaking for you now as well.
And that's it. Right, back to me. No, you have. You've been to Paris and Amerongen and did a film.
Yeah, we did a film screening in the Café du Cycliste store, Paris. Yeah. And on the Thursday night, and then on the Friday night, the next night, we'd driven to Amerongen, to the finish, as you're familiar with it, James, but it's also the start point for Chapter 3, so the finish of Chapter 2.
Yamo be there.
So it's the Fiets Café, or the Bike Café de Prologue. We had probably about 50 people each. Wait. We packed out the store and screened the film.
Are you doing the next round?
I'm going to do the adventure.
Okay.
2,500.
Sorry to disturb you.
The via light, if you like. Yeah.
It's a big challenge still.
Wow.
2,500 K.
What's the furthest you've ridden so far?
What, in my whole life?
No, in one event. I think it's about 700K off road.
Yeah, 700K off road. So that on road is probably going to be about 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So it's still a big challenge for you.
And looking at the route for Veer next year, the first 2,000K, 1,000 kilometres are
flattish.
Well, I've already started looking at my route, and yeah, it's flat. There's nothing in it. So you do like 200 miles and gain about 3,000 feet, which is, in my eyes, thumbs up.
It's a nice warm up because
the latter half.
The latter half, is in Norway. So that's where you not just get hills, but you get the mountains, the fjords. You go from sea level to.
I'll be nicely warmed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready to smash up the mountains. TT up the mountains.
A lot of riders complained this year that they didn't have a warm up, that they were straight into the mountains.
I preferred that. I like the flat bit at the end. You can just, it's all behind you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who were starting to nurse knee injuries were very thankful for the flat bits.
Do you think the knee injuries occur most on mountains, on hills?
I think so, especially with high gears, too high gears. But yes, we had a nice film screening in two locations, hosted by De Prologue and Café du Cycliste, and lots of questions and answers about not just the previous editions, but also Chapter 3.
Yeah.
So it was really great to have lots of people who were very interested, who had already registered, who were thinking about registering, bringing along friends. Nice gender mix as well. So lots of women who were very enthusiastic about coming to meet us and seeing the film.
sort of newbies, like people,
Absolutely.
first time ultra racers?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And in fact, there was one woman who was quite interested in doing it, but her husband was not. Apparently, distance is not his thing, but she was very up for doing it solo, and she subsequently registered.
Okay,
So
for the adventure or for
the adventure. Yeah.
So, have you got more entrants for the adventure or for the 4,000 kilometre?
I haven't checked the numbers, but I think so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think
so. It's going to be quite a nice split between people who really, really want to race and people who just want to ride and have a great adventure.
But the thing is, wouldn't the adventure route lend itself more to racing, because it's a shorter route and you can potentially, I don't want to say ride it faster, but you could set yourself a target and say, right, I'm going to finish this in this time. And
no, I don't think the top guys look at it that way. I mean, when we look at who's coming, we've got, for the top three of Chapter 2, Bruno Vischt. He's won pretty much everything this year. He's won 3 out of 3. He's beaten Christoph Strasser. He beat Adam Bialek, who came second. Adam Bialek's won pretty much everything, from Race through Poland, Mittelgebirge and so forth, to Trans-America. And they've got Lucas Becker in third, who has won Race Across France. He's won Mittelgebirge, Trans-Pyrenees and so on. These guys come back year after year after year. 3 years running, they're now registered because they want the competition. They want to do a long race. They don't want to do a sprint event where it's anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500k. They want to do a long ultra. They want to do free routing. And they love the community. They love who they're racing against. And that's why they're coming back 3 years in a row. They will have done, by the end of next summer, 12,000 kilometres racing against each other, over 120,000 metres of climbing. Over 12 countries. It's a lot. And that's because we've got a great community. We've got a great race, and there's honour amongst them, knowing that they're racing it on a level playing field. There's no doping. It's all completely honest and transparent. And I make sure, as the organiser, as the founder, that route is going to be beautiful, but also very raceable. So there's nothing to stop them, unlike in many other events that they feel they don't like so much. And that's why they come back for the trilogy. And what's so exciting for them is knowing that there is an overall GC time, so that a cumulative time over those 3 years will crown a champion.
Oh, right. So you're going to...
I didn't know that.
No.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
It's not something we talked about a lot, but...
so they're racing for overall
absolutely,
winner as well.
Yeah, and there are 2 guys in the top 10. So 20 riders in total have managed to complete both editions successfully. You've got more than that who've attempted 2 editions and then going for the third. But there are 2 guys who are within 3 minutes of each other.
That's mad.
Over 8,000 kilometres.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we had 12th and 13th this year, just in Chapter 2, racing against each other, arriving 2 minutes apart. But to have 3 minutes...
over the
2 chapters so far, and they are big rivals, but they're also big friends. I mean, they've just been on a bikepacking trip
Who
together.
are these guys?
One's called Alex Gruel and one's called Gert-Jan Skilde.
Right.
And
And where did they finish in the ranks?
11th and 12th.
Okay, right. Well, we'll see if they can stick to each other like glue.
They will be watching each other like hawks.
Yeah.
Because this is a big competition.
Yeah.
Anyway, the question that Steve actually wants to be asked.
Yeah. Anyway,
what did you do, Steve?
Yeah. Let's.
What did you do, Steve?
Let's talk about.
Please
me,
tell
for
us.
God's sake, before we get any older. Look at the T-shirt.
It's
Ask
blue.
me a question.
Why is it blue?
It's blue, and it's what else?
It looks a bit baggy.
It's a bit baggy because they only had XL.
And
Steve,
your nipples are showing.
I'm getting there.
It's an island, Steve.
It's an island. Do you know what that island is?
Just by looking at it, no.
Yes.
Only because I told you about 1 billion times.
I know it from the shape.
Would you?
Yes.
But would you?
Yes.
If I hadn't told you, would you?
Yes.
He's an incredibly cultured man, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. What's the... Okay. Basically, bottom line.
Bottom line.
I've been to Sardinia. It was bloody awesome. Right. I've been to quite a few countries. This place got under my skin. I mean, what an island for everything. It ticks all the big boxes. Ask me what those big boxes are.
Steve, what are the big boxes?
The big boxes are cycling.
Nice. Yeah, good.
Both road and gravel and mountain bike. Hiking, coastal trails. OMG, I was in heaven. Snorkeling and swimming. You get in these turquoise waters with a mask, and you've got beautiful tropical fish. Well, not tropical, because it's not a tropical country, but they look like tropical fish, just sort of surrounding you to the point where it got a little bit, scary. You have got the best food I've ever tasted. And that is also born from the fact that Sardinia is one of the blue zones. Okay. Do you know what a blue zone is?
Steve, please tell us what a blue zone is.
You really want to know? Do you know what a blue zone is? You do, don't you?
Steve, please tell us what a blue zone is.
A blue zone is, I think there are 5 or 6 blue zones in the world. So you've got Okinawa, somewhere in Japan. You've got somewhere in California. You've got... I'm losing this one.
I thought he knew all about blue zones.
I can help you with one, I think, because I've cycled through it. Vilcabamba in Ecuador is one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, James knows more than me about
I know one.
He's a better cyclist and he knows more about blue zones than me. And Sardinia, there are villages in Sardinia which are blue zones, and they are places where there are more centenarians than anywhere else in the world, which basically means they live a long and fruitful life because of their lifestyle and the food they eat. I'm not sure about what was it,
Vilcabamba. Yeah.
Vilcabamba. I'm not sure if Vilcabamba was a blue zone because of the food or the lifestyle. It's probably a mixture of the two. Have you any idea?
Mixture of the two. The food from memory wasn't the best. I only found out it was a blue zone because there was a lot
of old people walking around.
No, a lot of Americans. So
oh, really?
Apparently in the 80s it was announced as a blue zone and got attracted. Loads of people moved down.
Okay.
And so suddenly, cycling through the middle of Ecuador and all of these remote villages, just purely Ecuadorian people, and then the next minute I turn around the corner and it's full of Americans.
With the McDonald's there.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on? But
yeah. I mean, but I think part of the reason that these places in Sardinia are blue zones is because of the food. Is you got a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables. Their diets are very good. Mediterranean diet. They have a couple of glasses of wine a day.
Suits you just great.
Suits me, sir.
Have you seen? It might have been in Sardinia. The BBC interviewed a centenarian in Italy, and they were asking him what his daily diet is, and he hadn't told them before they went to visit him. And during the visit, he was like, "Cool, so we've just had breakfast. We're going to nip down to the shops now." And it turns out part of his diet is walking to the shops and having a glass of wine 4 times a day.
Really? Well, this is the thing. It's because of the movement.
Yeah.
And these villages are variably located in very hilly terrain, not necessarily mountainous, but hilly. And a lot of people there are sort of work the land, as in they're shepherds. And if you look at a shepherd's life, they spend, well, I did a little bit of research, show the average shepherd in the blue zones there, they'll walk between 5 and 10 miles a day, up and down hills, just, herding their sheep or whatever flock they have. There's goats as well. But yeah, I mean, just a fascinating place and fascinating to find out about. And you can see the pace of life there. It's not like Italy. Not like mainland Italy. It's just very relaxed. The roads are very quiet. And yeah, the gravel riding, which we're going to talk about today, was... I was riding around just thinking, oh my God, I am in the best place I have ever been to ride a bike.
There are a lot of ultra events in Sardinia.
I only found one, and it was on the road.
There are quite a few.
Because the gravel, it's that champagne gravel. So you've got these beautiful sort of...
This kind of stuff that we have here in the UK.
Where? I've never seen it.
Well, apparently...
And a certain event we did this summer was described as champagne gravel a lot. I'm not sure how much. I think Sardinia might have it.
Oh, the...
only just.
Yeah.
the Stone Circle. Well, there's champagne.
It's a shame you didn't turn up to that, because then you could have compared directly.
Could have compared it, to the Sardinia.
Well, I mean, the best gravel I have ridden in the UK, hands down, is up in Kielder Forest. Because, okay, yeah, it's champagne gravel, and there's a lot of it. I mean, in the UK, you can find like little, sort of lengths of gravel, maybe a kilometre or two long, but then it sort of slowly deteriorates into a boggy bridle way, which is basically unnegotiable by bicycle or even by foot. You need a horse, basically, to get through it. So, the gravel riding in Sardinia was amazing.
How long did you spend out there?
A week of just pure indulgence of, hiking and cycling and eating and drinking
and would you say that it is the mecca for cycling and swimming and hiking and meal deals?
Interesting you say this.
What is a Sardinian meal deal?
They have them. Well, after a fashion, you don't go into a Sardinian supermarket and expect to find, this and this.
A packet of oysters,
for a £5, but you can pretty much get it. So you can get a sandwich, like a good pre-packed sandwich for €1.50. Ooh. Get yourself, a drink, same amount of money. And you get these Sardinian crisps, like they're made in Sardinia, and they.
Did you see his eyes light up?
Sardinian crisps.
I was actually joking about the meal deal, but
no. I actually tried to piece together a meal deal. So the Sardinian crisps, you look at the ingredients, it's all clean,
unprocessed.
Yeah, they don't taste very nice, but you feel quite righteous eating them because
Jill would be proud of you.
She'll be proud.
We need like a Top Gear list of like Steve's crisps.
I think
and each week we add a new one.
Very good idea. Despite the fact I'm not eating crisps at the moment. I'm off the crisps.
Can be a historic list.
I think we need to know what the audience's favourite crisps are, so comment down below.
So, one gravel loop I did, we set out from the East Coast and immediately there's a small town. Do you know what? I've forgotten what it's called now. But there's a small town and you are on the gravel sort of about 500 metres away from where I rented my bike. And we sort of skirted around these beautiful, you've got sort of granite and limestone mountains around you. And we climbed up something, here's one for my pronunciation, Monte Tutta Vista. Do you know what that means?
The mountain of all views.
Correct. So we went up there, which is one of the fourth toughest climb in Sardinia, according to some website. It's like 9 kilometres at 9%, half of it on gravel, half of it on asphalt. And then sort of skirted around and just did a loop like that. And we came round and rode through a marble sort of excavation where they're mining marble.
A quarry?
Yeah, quarry, but a marble quarry. It looked unbelievable. Just these white slabs, white and black slabs, yeah. So, that was really good. But, I can't sing that place's praises enough. And it's not as expensive as most people think. I mean, you can eat out really well for €20. I mean, I've got, what the Italians do. I mean, when you go to Italy, what do you normally eat?
Pizza, pasta?
Yeah, but I mean, the way they produce it, the way they sort of dish it up is quite unusual, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know
No,
what you're
because
talking
you've
about.
got lots of different courses, right?
Small portion sizes.
No, I mean, I ordered, just because I wanted to see what it was like, I ordered a spag bowl. I just wanted to see what a spag bowl was like in Sardinia. And
That's such a British thing to do.
no, but I just really wanted to compare, and it turns out it's pretty much the same.
Chicken korma.
Yeah, and you got no vindaloo.
Oh God.
Eggs, beans, and chips, please, love.
Did you say spag bol or did you say?
Said spaghetti bolognese.
There we go.
Por favore. So I asked for one of these, then I asked for a pizza as well. So I thought the pasta was going to be really small. I thought, it's like a pasta dish because they sometimes dish it up small, then you get your antipasti first, but didn't bother with that. I thought the pizza was going to be, I don't know, equally small because it cost €4, right? So out comes this huge plate of spag bowl. And to be honest, it looked and tasted exactly like I make it.
It's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
I know. I thought, it's going to be... Because, like Italians, they don't tend to drain it in meat. They tend to... It's more about the pasta than the sauce, isn't it? No?
Yeah.
So they tend to sort of, offer the pasta a little bit of the sauce and then sort of, give you the pasta rather than loads of sauce. And then they produced this huge pizza as well, like after I'd eaten the spag bowl. So, yeah, that cost €17 in total. So, big thumbs up. And also the accommodation we stayed in, 250 quid for a week in an apartment.
Wow.
Flights less than 100 quid return. Go to Sardinia.
I've never been.
I've never been either.
What else is in your top 5?
Well, that's done that then, hasn't it?
I'd rather not fly though.
What would you rather do?
Maybe take a ferry there.
Ferry? From where?
I travel across Europe. Take a train.
It's a bit of a long way of getting there. You can get there in an hour and 50.
Lower environmental impact. Travelling overland.
Yeah.
It's always my preference. I'm not a fan of flying, especially taking my bike.
I hate flying. Do you know what? Okay, I'm gonna out myself here as being a bit of a pathetic loser. I hate flying. Like I am.
And why?
I get claustrophobic in a plane. I find myself up at 35,000 feet and just think, this is not normal. This isn't natural. This is weird.
This is not what God made us.
Yeah, I'm in a cylindrical piece of metal, 35,000 feet in the air, surrounded by other people watching TV. What's going on? And I start getting into my own head and it's just, I'm on the verge of panic attacking. So when I go to airports, I indulge heavily in a
tipple.
In the pub.
In the pub.
Yeah, so, yeah. Actually, it was... I
can imagine that.
On the way back from Sardinia, 10 bottles of Ichinusa in 2 hours.
10?
In 2 hours?
Yeah.
10 bottles in 2 hours.
I'm surprised you were able to get on the plane.
Our rental car broke down on the way back to the airport. Yeah, I was like, for God's sake, I drove it over a pothole at speed and just sort of the tyre was flapping around for a couple of miles and we just pulled over, called up Europe car, roadside assistance. After 2 hours, they came. We're 3 miles away from the airport. I'm thinking, I've got to get in there because I need to prepare for this flight. But it's taking...
Not the stress of security you're checking in. I need to get in there now.
Steve, danger, shops.
The stress of security goes out the window after you've had 10 bottles of beer, believe me.
I think they're more worried about you.
Yeah, so,
his nickname's not Shrubby anymore, it's Stubby.
They weren't stubbies, my friend. These were big old bottles of beer. Eventually the roadside people arrived and after 2 hours, and we had to get an Uber to the airport. Arrived there, straight into the pub, Straight through security and all that.
Straight through the pub. No.
Yeah, planted myself in this nice little bar. One of those and keep them coming. And 2 hours later, I floated onto that plane with nary a care in the world.
Melted off the steps.
Yeah, how do you feel about flying? Do you like flying? Do you need 10 beers in 2 hours?
I don't need 10 beers.
Do you need any beers?
No, I don't.
Are you one of these really weird people that can just get on a plane and not be worried at all about it?
Without getting too morbid, I mean, the decision's been made once I'm on there. So yeah, worrying about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not particularly worried about crashing, but I do get a bit claustrophobic on long haul flights. I mean, Sardinia is an hour and 50, so I wasn't really that worried about it. Hence, only 10 beers in 2 hours. I mean, if I'm going long haul, you know, I'm talking Valium as well here.
Like a racehorse.
What's this got to do with cycling? But what
do I do? Do I drink 10 beers of? No.
Can you drink 10 beers?
I don't drink very much. No.
Nor do I. That's why
when I get on the plane, I'm often asleep before we even take off.
Really?
Yeah. I'm usually quite sleep deprived, and then I get on and I'm just out.
The plane is the queue.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Like even when it's like making that god awful noise, revving up and
Can't remember.
Hitting. How fast does it go when it's going down the runway? I'm playing about 400 miles an hour or something.
I very mercifully wake up maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours into the flight, and then there's only the landing, which I think is actually slightly more worrying than the takeoff.
I did long haul once from Southeast Asia back to the UK, and I bought some
beers and Valium.
No, not Valium. I bought some sort of something to assist me on the plane from a pharmacy, and you could get pretty much anything over there. So I took it in the airport.
I think he's talking drugs.
I took it in the airport, and I don't remember anything apart from somebody going, "We're here, sir," in Heathrow. 13 hours later. I think, I mean, Xanax. Don't take that and drink because... Right, let's get on to some...
Ian.
We've gone completely...
Ian, what's your favourite gravel destination?
Well, my favourite gravel destination is reachable not by the same plane as he's flying in. I don't want to be anywhere near this guy.
No, I'm asleep.
He's a vision of a perfect passenger.
health.
I'm
Yes.
asleep.
Well,
I'm probably snoring and dribbling.
I would.
So once you've stepped over Steve and gotten off the plane and you're out in
I've
your
never travelled
favourite...
with him. I don't think I ever want to.
Oh, come on, we've got Fat Viking.
Yeah, I'm going to be out there before you.
Oslo.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Anything to avoid travelling with you at this rate.
No, I'll be fine.
So, where have I
What's the local
ridden?
beer in Norway? No, seriously, what is the local beer?
I don't know. I'm sure you'll get very familiar with it, and you can tell us all about it in February.
Okay.
If you get back
During the race.
Yeah. So,
Welcome back to Alcoholics Anonymous.
Alcoholic Anonymous, Alcoholic Not So Anonymous. My name's Steve Strobsall, and I have a bit of a problem.
Fear of flying being one of them. Anyway, gravel.
Yes, gravel. So, I've ridden a bit in the UK, obviously. Mm-hmm. The gravel, I would tend to agree, is not such good quality. Even the National Cycle Network, the NCN, as was the Sustrans routes, aren't such good quality or consistently good. So often they are on roads which are still open to traffic. What we do have, which are decent quality, tend to be ex-railway paths, which tend to end after a little while. We've got a lot of them in Wales.
And by you in Swindon, Marlborough.
Yeah, there are some around there, but they're typically not paved. Whereas in the valleys in Wales, they can be. But I think my favourite gravel destination has to be abroad, and it's not Croatia, although I love the country. That tends to be more rocks than anything, and so that's why they ride mountain bikes rather than gravel bikes. But it's Norway.
Tell surprise. I know you love Norway. Yeah. It's your favourite place in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
And the gravel roads there are very compact, very quiet, very well maintained. So they're maintained by the government very often and resurfaced when needs be. But with such a low population density, not many people use them. They tend to be very compact. That means that you can ride it without using a gravel bike. I mean, I've ridden 25mm slicks on my road bike on some of these gravel roads. And they're maintained really well because Norwegians have this friluftsliv, which means the love of the outdoors. So they're very much...
What's that, sorry?
Friluftsliv.
Cool.
And
you're still getting the grips with that one.
Yes, yeah. And so yeah, the Norwegians love skiing, hiking, even biking. So getting to their cabins at the weekends is something that they often do. It's a tradition in across the country. So these gravel paths are all about getting out and about. Being
is
mobile.
Gravel riding itself big in Norway? I mean, are there many sort of events or races? I know there's the Nordic Gravel Series, which I think includes Norway.
Not so many, but Norway's massively underrated. I mean, that's why we're going there. And I haven't experienced nearly enough of Norway's gravel roads as I'd like to, especially further east. There are loads of gravel paths between Norway and Sweden, close to where Chapter 3 is finishing in Volda. There are quite a few old roads, and they tend to be what used to exist before they built tunnels, and they'll go round the mountain, over the mountains, rather than going through. Okay. And you will find these
a pretty extensive network.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, now Norway's got almost 2,000 tunnels and bridges because they've got the money, but previously they would have to go around or over rather than under. So there are some absolutely stunning places like Tusenmeteren, which is only 200k from Volda, and I'm actually quite looking forward to doing some hike biking in some of the local area around Volda. So it is beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, would you consider those more gravel biking roads than mountain biking?
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, you can.
Well, like you said, you've ridden 25mm slicks on them. And
yeah. Easy. It's not even.
And are they sort of custom? Have they been built, or have they just?
They're typically the old roads,
right?
I mean, especially around a town called Finse, which is, I think, just west of Geilo, which is where the Fat Viking's taking place. It's pretty much a plateau. Right. You still get lakes and rivers and mountains, but it's relatively flat once you're up there. Okay. And that's where they filmed Star Wars episode 5, is it? 5. Empire Strikes Back.
So what would be the best way if I was to fly, for example, I don't know, for me, my extent of Norway is, flying into Bergen or Oslo. I mean, how far would I have to venture out of those two places in order to get onto the good gravel?
Gravel's all around.
Right.
I think just outside of Oslo, there's a whole circuit. These things are being explored all the time. Yeah. And it's becoming more popular to do gravel riding. It is a big gravel destination now, and it's only going to grow, especially with climate change. When places further south along the Mediterranean, they're just suffering from heat waves every year, as we experienced during Chapter 1 of Veer.
A stupid question: what would be the best time to visit the country? I mean, is it summer? I mean, are there any advantages to going in earlier in the year or slightly later in the year?
Early in the year, I think around probably Easter time, some of the passes are still closed with snow, or they'll just be closed. After that, they tend to open up. So end of April, that sort of time. Yeah. The summers in Norway are intense. I mean, this is the time when everything just grows really, really fast. The midnight sun is out further north.
What about rainfall in Norway? Is it sort of rival ours in the UK?
I think it depends where you are. Further east, yes. Further south, yeah. In the fjord region, not so much, because that's where all the mountains are. You get much more precipitation in the form of snow during the winter.
Right.
That's how it falls. And some people worry about mosquitoes, but that tends to be more, again, further to the east, around Sweden and north, rather than on the coast. Okay. So you mentioned Bergen. That's on the west coast. Bergen, Stavanger, Ålesund, all these cities along the coast, you get very few mosquitoes because of some wind and the sea.
Okay.
But if you were to go to Geilo from Oslo, so where the Fat Vikings.
So how long does it take to get from Oslo to Geilo?
So that would be 3.5 hours on the train.
Right. Okay.
And it would probably only cost you, I think, 40 quid.
Right. Okay.
40, 50 quid. When you compare that to what we have in the UK, which is, Swindon to Paddington, that's anywhere between 15, I think 16, 90 quid for an hour's journey. So you compare the distance, but also you're going to get seats. You can book your bike on. You can put your bike on very easily. There's a lot of space there. So especially for us cyclists, it's just glorious. The toilets are clean. The trains are modern. The scenery is beautiful. They're regular, well maintained. It's definitely a way to travel. And if not by train, then you can travel by bus or even ferry. So there's a ferry which goes from the Oslo area and to the south, all along the west coast, past Kristiansand, Stavanger, Bergen, all the way to Ålesund. And there are cruises all the way to the north regularly.
When does your job for the Norwegian Tourist Board start?
It's already started.
The start of this podcast.
It started about 5 episodes ago.
That's why we're going there and be a chapter 3. It sells itself.
This was meant to be about Sardinia. He's done a much better job. But he knows more about Norway than I do at Sardinia. I was only there for 6 days. I mean, you practically live there, don't you?
Will do. Yeah.
James, how about yourself? You're an extremely well-travelled gentleman. You've cycled through the Americas.
Yep.
Did you find any good gravel en route from, what was essentially from where?
Alaska to Argentina, yeah. So from all the way in the top to the bottom. I did. So for the first part of the journey through Alaska, Canada, the US, I stuck to roads. And then as I got more confident in my cycling ability, I started to venture off a bit more, and I think Mexico comes to mind for me.
That's interesting.
That's when I started doing some kind of bikepacking.com routes. So sometimes it did err on the side of maybe mountain biking, which on a
touring bike,
steel tour bike with 40 kilos of bags on, it's not the most enjoyable.
You're not doing any sick whips or anything like that, or railing berms. Yeah. But
the scenery, the people, the food, the culture, I struggle to. Mexico is my second home for sure. I was there for 4 months. There's a route through the Baja called the Baja Divide, which is definitely more mountain bikey. Like you would need wider tires for that. But on the mainland, you've got the Trans-Mexico routes. There's a north and south route, which are incredible. And a lot of climbing, but the gravel is similar to Norway. It's like old roads, so not very busy. People tend to stay on the main roads now, and so you've kind of got all of these things to yourself. Yeah, sure. And lots of landmarks along the way with some incredible food as well. And I found the people out there are very intrigued as to why you're on a bike and why you're riding through. They just want to know where you're from.
Because I guess these are sort of old farm tracks that they've been sort of, working on for centuries, and there comes somebody with, a laden bike.
Yep.
Seemingly randomly wandering.
Completely randomly, yeah. At any time. I mean, one of my favourite memories was riding up to a volcano called Nevado de Toluca. So that's, cycling up on a gravel path up to the top of a volcano. Stuff like that. I don't know anywhere else in the world where you can ride gravel like that.
Yeah. What about heading down into sort of Patagonia? I mean, you must have found it's sort of notoriously gravelly around there, isn't it? Or rubbly even. Did you find any good gravel parts down there?
Yeah, you've got the most famous one is called the Carretera Austral, which runs all the way from Puerto Montt in Chile, all the way down to, I've forgotten the name of the final, Coyhaique. And so that's an incredible route through, similar to Norway, kind of a fjord. It feels like a fjord region, and stunning scenery, unbeaten. Also very, very cool. Just a bit more expensive, and maybe not as culturally.
Is it a lot more expensive down there?
Chile, yeah, for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mexico. I mean,
do you think that's because it's more touristy?
Yeah, it's a lot more well-travelled down. Particularly that stretch of road is a very popular route.
Right, okay. So back in Mexico, you were pretty much the only sort of Western, what we wouldn't say Western, traveller, tourist.
Yeah, I would meet other cycle tours along the way, and in bigger cities you get tourists. Whereas definitely down in Chile and Patagonia, there was times where I was riding with other cyclists just because we were traveling at a similar pace. And
didn't you say you had some interesting times in Mexico where I think it is who's the guy?
Oh, El Chapo.
El Chapo, yeah. I knew it was one of the L's Bells.
LL Cool J.
He'd just been arrested, or his brother had just been arrested.
It was his son. I don't think I've told you in this. So El Chapo's son was arrested in the state of Sinaloa when I was there.
Was there any good gravel around where he was arrested?
The cartel had made some good gravel. But yeah,
cartel gravel routes.
Some good tunnels into the US.
Yeah, I mean, El Chapo, he was quite the tunneler. Sorry, carry on. I was going to say something rubbish again.
So
but
LL
Chapo J. His son had just been arrested. So the army had come in to essentially do the arrest. The cartel had fought back. And I found myself in the middle of this, climbing up. It was like a big climb up to 3,000 meters. Turned out I'd slept, the village I'd slept in was at the foot of the cartel's stronghold. And so I swiftly left there that morning. And there was a roadblock just up the road where they'd blown up some cars and felled some trees. So I had to lift my bike over the roadblock.
The cartel had done that.
Cartel had done that. And after an hour of riding uphill, 16 armoured Humvees came the other way. So I guess that was the army going in to do battle.
This is not in your video on YouTube, is it?
There is a video of this on YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On your YouTube channel.
One of my first videos, so the quality's not going to be that great.
What's the name of your YouTube channel, James? So everyone can...
My YouTube channel is called Biking Viking Rides, so at Biking Viking Rides.
And you're on Instagram as well?
Under the same title, yeah.
And you're on any other socials?
TikTok as well.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Jumped on the TikTok clock. Jumped on the TikTok bandwagon. Are you on TikTok, Ian?
No. But we are via-race on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, and we are at Going Long Adventure on YouTube, and I've forgotten. This has just been one of those afternoons where everything's gone pear.
You're back in Sardinia.
I'm back in Sardinia on that beach.
When are you going back? When do you plan to go back?
Next year. I will be going back next year early to do some proper gravel riding there.
In spring?
Yeah, spring. It's actually, Sardinia is actually a very large, I think it's the second largest island in the Mediterranean after Sicily. So, you could spend 3 days riding around it. I think it's 250 miles top to bottom. So obviously about 500 miles. But yeah, I mean, it's very rare that I go to a place nowadays and think, I'm going to go back there,
Sounds like you might even have plans to move out there.
I did look at house prices out there. Yeah, it's...
€4?
It's affordable. That's for the pizza. Yeah. I mean, it was big enough to live under, that pizza, but...
and you tried it.
But maybe in the future. I still have children in education, so life pretty much stops, doesn't it, for
Mexico
20 years.
My question's about Mexico. Is one of the reasons that Mexico is unexplored by cyclotourists is like, as you described, some of the history with drug cartels and the like, and the danger of being kidnapped. Because I've seen some headlines where US citizens have been kidnapped or even killed.
100%. I think that's what puts a lot of people off.
You're obviously not working for the Mexican tourist board.
Funneling people towards Norway. Funneling may be the wrong. Yeah. I think that
trafficking.
Is the history is what puts a lot of people off. But that's what I like to show in my content and in stories, is actually how normal and how inviting the normal people are in the countries. And I think I was 100% in contact with people who are in the cartel, and they're just not interested. It's not a business like it used to be in terms of kidnapping, and they're not interested in you as a cycle tourer.
How did you get in contact with these people, and how did you know that they were not interested in you?
I mean, I cycled through a state which is governed by the cartel, so 100% they would have known, and I would have interacted with people. I didn't know that they definitely were, but there's a few people that I met along the way who were, wearing all black and in a black bulletproof vest that they're not holding a gun, but you're like, okay, that might be someone.
Well, not exactly incognito, though.
No. I mean, yeah, if you're in unbranded military gear, it's a high probability.
Okay.
But I think it's a different place now, and I think that so many people are traveling through that it's actually opening up a bit, and I think the stigma from the past is opening up a bit. I think it's a beautiful place to travel through, and I think a lot of Central America and South America kind of get branded with that, and people think they are very dangerous. And I think as long as you are using your common sense, you'll be absolutely fine.
I mean, it's really curious to hear about your trip through Mexico, and in fact the whole of the Americas, because the Colombians that we have at VIA, they often say, "Oh, you should come and you should do this," and they have their own ultra races like Transcordilleras and
in Mexico.
In Colombia.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I'm always wondering, I would like to go and explore all these different countries and to experience different culture, different landscapes. But is it safe? I mean, if I'm there with a native, then of course I'm going to be safe because they're going to look after me. But, it's great to hear that you had absolutely no problems and you managed to have a great time there.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
There's a climb in Colombia which you've just reminded me of, a gravel climb, so it's relevant.
Okay.
Called
Just keep it rolling, guys.
Steve, relevance, Shrubsaw.
This derailed about 3/4 of an hour ago, but carry on.
It's called El Trampoline, so the trampoline.
El Trampolino.
Essentially because it feels like you've bounced up, like the climb is that steep and that quickly. So I think it's 70 kilometers and you climb up 3,500 meters.
Wow.
And it's just winding up this hill.
Is it like hairpins then? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
amazing.
multiple hairpins.
That's one to look out for there. Yeah.
Yes.
El Trampoline.
El Trampoline, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was an incredible climb.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Cool. I think last on my list for gravel destinations is if you just want a quick city break and, to do a quick bit of gravel riding on the side, Helsinki. I think Norway is actually, beg your pardon, Scandinavia is really becoming one of the foremost gravel destinations. Because, you can literally ride 20 minutes out of the city centre and you're in great gravel. So, I mean...
nature is unspoiled there. They really look after their outdoors.
Their cycling infrastructure is incredible. Yeah. I think Helsinki's a fairly new city. It's not like got the history of London or Paris or Rome. So they've sort of built the city almost around cycling infrastructure. They've obviously the city's grown, but they've grown it with cycling lanes rather than huge sort of B roads or whatever.
Yeah, because they're planning for the future generations. And I think not only great cycling infrastructure, which keeps their population very safe. I mean, I think Finland was number 1 in the world for cycle safety last year. Right. They had 0 road deaths.
Really?
And Norway was one of the top as well.
Okay.
So we're only talking just about double figures. And yeah, I think they've got a lot of cycling infrastructure, but also Cold War nuclear bunkers, which I think is going to come in useful.
Yeah. I mean, if you get your gravel ride done, then hunker down
into the bunker.
Yeah.
But I've also heard of a new event which I think ran for the first time this year, which was north to south of Sweden, gravel.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't a big uptake, and I was very interested in doing it. And had I had enough time, I would have done that in, I think, the June. So I did an event called Sverige Tempots, which went from the Arctic Circle, the very northernmost point of Sweden, to the Baltic. And I took the course record. That was back in 2016.
Right.
See how we slipped that in there.
No, but it's worth slipping in, just to give the podcast a little bit of credence, you know, after an hour's worth of waffle. Can you say that again? You took the course record.
I did.
Okay.
I did. It's since fallen, but but only by about an hour. And I think I could do it a bit faster. Maybe I'll do it faster another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, north to south of Sweden, off road. I think that was very interesting to me. I would like to experience more of that nature, that wilderness in Scandinavia. And in fact, you know, all the events that I was super motivated to try to ride are all in Scandinavia. So,
well, via Chapter 4 beckons, if we're going to look that far ahead.
If there's going to be a Chapter 4.
All right, if there's going to be a Chapter 4. But yeah, I mean, I was really, like I say, the cycling infrastructure in Helsinki, you've got these B roads there, and to the side of it, equally as big as the road, if not bigger, the cycling lane. So you never felt, you know.
How does it work? Because the biggest problem I've found with cycling infrastructure, like everywhere, is the integration between normal car traffic and bike traffic. So how does it work in...
Oh, it's completely segregated. Yeah, completely. It's like, you know, you're not sharing the same sort of tarmac space. It's segregated like that. So yeah, there's no real interaction with vehicles.
Wow.
At least on the bits that I was riding in. And yeah, once like I say, 5 minutes out of the city, then you're rolling free along gravel lanes into the woods. You could just ride gravel all day there, and it's that really good champagne gravel. As in, I'm going to say it's not, well, I only went to Helsinki, so I didn't see the best of that country in terms of nature, but I certainly saw some amazing gravel and, you know, the potential of what there is up north as well. So,
I mean, the cycling infrastructure across Scandinavia is really great. And it's not just Norway, also Denmark. Copenhagen is one of my favourite cities because there are so many people out on bikes. There's cycling infrastructure everywhere. It seems like it's designed for cyclists. And it's just that feeling that you're at home. You know, you see cyclists everywhere of all shapes and sizes, doing daily things, you know, out with their cargo
medium,
bikes.
Small. Yeah.
Oh, you had to kneel him a little bit. And in Norway, you know, the cycling infrastructure, especially through their cities, is phenomenal. I mean, I've ridden through Stavanger, and they have almost like it feels like a motorway just for bicycles, and it's completely segregated from other traffic, and it's low traffic anyway. It's very straight. It links up very naturally. There's not even a bump. And Bergen, they've just opened a tunnel through a mountain, which has different coloured lights. It even has a little roundabout in the middle. It's absolutely beautiful. And there are no cars.
A roundabout in the middle of a tunnel?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not the only place where I've seen a roundabout in the tunnel in Norway. And then there's Switzerland.
I mean, Norway's got everything. I mean, it's got fjords, mountains, roundabouts in tunnels.
Lakes, waterfalls.
Yeah. Great gravel.
And Switzerland is also beautiful. So Switzerland is somewhere I'd like to do more of. I've ridden some via rides there. You know, the air's not quite as clean as Norway. It's more heavily populated. But their cycling infrastructure is so good. I mean, you ride over these bridges, and usually you have that little bump where the bridge meets the road. That's almost perfectly smooth. And it's the same when you go from kind of what used to be the pavement to the road. it's again, that transition is so beautifully smooth. Whereas in the UK, what do we have? We have like a great big wall, which you have to bunny hop over, and oh my goodness,
yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of countries have it really nicely designed. It's not just the Netherlands; it's also the Scandinavian countries and Switzerland, where they're thinking so much about cyclists, and it also feeds into all the gravel roads as well. You know, these gravel roads, they take cyclists without needing to worry about any traffic, and that's why we love them. But I never worry about riding in Norway. I haven't even been close past, not a single time. The closest I was past was by a German camper van, and it wasn't even that close. But it was just a little bit closer than the other drivers.
To fly the flag very briefly for the UK, though, if you do want to find some decent gravel in the UK, then I'll the New Forest is incredible for that. I don't know
agree with that.
I've ridden bits of it, on the Southern Divide. It touches it, doesn't it?
But there is, countless miles of that. Now, it's not completely segregated. It's not. You will have to ride on road at some times, but there is an extensive forest network of really nice champagne gravel.
Yeah, okay.
It is some of the better gravel that we have in England, and I completely agree. And then I was quite impressed with some of the gravel in Stone Circle, so around Salisbury Plain.
Yeah,
definitely Salisbury. Yeah, and all the Ridgeway as well. It's
I'm not so keen on the Ridgeway. It tends to be more mud.
It gets chalky.
It's very chalky,
slippery, but there are good parts of it. Sections of it and like offshoots onto the Salisbury Plains. So,
I live on the Ridgeway literally. So I ride it all the time, but only small sections of it where I know it's not going to get waterlogged and where it's not really muddy. And at this time of year, it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, like I say, Kilda Forest, I know it's quite a long way up north, but if you live up north, in Northumberland, that is the best, most expansive network of gravel, good gravel, I've found in the UK, where they run Dirty Reaver.
Yeah, there's a little bit around Forest of Dean, but it's not that long. It's longer than a lot of other places, and it's not that hard to get to. They also have the mountain bike trails out there. Yeah. So gravel riding, in the area around those gravel
White Valley and Forest of Dean and
White Valley's quite nice.
Yeah. Right, guys. I think that wraps up another episode. Another scorcher of an episode. It's hands down been a roaring success, I'd say.
James, I think it's due to.
Probably.
Maybe we should start up our own podcast.
Again, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time and your assistance with this podcast. I very much appreciate it. And thank you for listening and watching and generally being a good sport for sitting all the way through this. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.